Students, let us start with part 5 of chapter 4, molecular basis of inheritance. In the part 4, we have studied regarding the genetic code, its characteristic, concept of operon, structure and working of lag operon. Now, in this part, we are going to study genomics, human genome project, technique of DNA fingerprinting and applications of DNA fingerprinting. So let us start with the concept of genomics. The term coined by R.H. Roderick in 1986. Genomics is the study of genomes through analysis, sequencing, mapping of genes along with the study of their functions. The term genome is introduced by H. Winkler in 1920. It is the total genetic constitution of an organism. Alternatively, it is the complete copy of genetic information, that is DNA, or one complete set of chromosomes, monoploid or haploid, of an organism. Genomic study may be classified into two types. The first is structural genomics. It involves mapping, sequencing and analysis of genome. Second is functional genomics. It deals with the study of functions of all gene sequences and their expression in organisms. Now let us see what are applications of genomics. The first application is structural and functional genomics is used for different purposes in the improvement of crop plants, human health and livestock. Second, genomics research can be applied in number of different sectors including medicine, biotechnology and social sciences. It also helps in the treatment of genetic disorders through gene therapy. Genomics is used in the field of agriculture to develop transgenic crops having more desirable character. For example, the production of the Bt crops, then the production of disease resistant crops, salt resistant crops and so on. Genetic markers developed in genomics have applications in forensic analysis. Genomics can lead to introduce new gene in microbes to produce enzymes, therapeutic proteins and even biofuels. So these are what the applications of the science of genomics. Now starting with the Human Genome Project. So what is Human Genome Project? It was an international research effort to determine the sequence of human genome and identify the gene that it contains. The US Human Genome Project is a 13-year effort which is coordinated by Department of Energy, DOE and National Institutes of Health, NIH. HGP was initiated in 1990 and completed in 2003 under the International Administration of Human Genome Organization, that is HUGO, and coordinated by US Department of Energy and National Institute of Health. Also international partners in the UK, France, Germany, Japan, India and China countries. HGP was to provide a complete and accurate sequence of 3 billion DNA base pairs that make up human genome and to find out the estimated number of human genes. Now, about 33,000 genes has been estimated to present in humans. Goals of Human Genome Project. So, to identify all the genes in human DNA, to develop a genetic linkage map of human genome, to obtain a physical map of human genome, to develop technology for the management of human genome information, to know the function of genes, to determine the sequences of 3 billion chemical base pairs that make up human DNA, store this information in public databases, develop tools for data analysis, transfer related technologies to the private sectors. The main aims of project are to determine the structure, building and constructing human genome, to store the information collected from the project in databases, to develop tools and techniques for analysis of the data, taking care of the legal, ethical and social issues which may arise from project. HGP Human Genome Project was closely associated with rapid development of new area in biology which is called as bioinformatics. So these are what the aims of Human Genome Project. So this is what the chart which shows comparative genome sizes of human and other model organisms. So human Homo sapien have 3 billion base pairs. Then chromosome number, as you know, in human being it is 46 and the estimated gene number is 25,000. Then mouse, fruit fly, a plant like Arabidopsis thaliana on which the great work on genetics is done. Then roundworm which have a small or less chromosome number. Yeast, which is a fungi which is very well known organism on which many genetic experiments are performed till now, and the bacteria which is a E. coli. So the estimated size of base pairs is given along with their chromosome number. Okay, let us start with the technique of DNA fingerprinting. So the genes, as you know, they are present on the chromosome and they are responsible for determining characters of organism, as well as the genes inherit the characters. Due to recombination of paternal and maternal genes and frequent mutations that occur during gamete formation, every individual has its unique genetic makeup, which may be called its fingerprint. The technique, which is developed to identify a person with the help of DNA restriction analysis, is known as DNA profiling or DNA fingerprinting. The technique of fingerprinting was first given by British geneticist Dr. Alec Jeffreys in 1984. So this DNA fingerprinting technique is based on identification of nucleotide sequence present in DNA. About 99.9% of nucleotide sequence in all persons is same. Only some short sequences of nucleotides differ from person to person. Students, in a population, every person shows unusual sequences of 20 to 100 base pair which are repeated several times, and those are called as VNTRs, variable number of tandem repeats. The length of VNTRs is different in each individual, and Hence, it is a key factor in DNA profiling. Now see steps involving DNA fingerprinting. So the first step is isolation of DNA. DNA sample can be taken from any cell or tissues of the body, such as the hair root, skin, or a blood drop, etc. Second step is restriction digestion. The DNA which is isolated from a sample is treated with restriction enzymes, endonucleases and exonucleases, which cuts the DNA into small fragments having variable length, and the fragments, this technique is called as restriction fragment length polymorphism, RFLP. The next step is gel electrophoresis. The DNA samples are loaded for agarose gel electrophoresis under an electric influence. As you know, the DNA fragments which are negatively charged, they move to the positive pole. The movement of these fragments depends on the length of fragments. That results in the formation of bands. Double-stranded DNA splits into single-stranded DNA by a treatment of alkali. So on this side, you can see the gel electrophoresis unit, in which you can see the electric current is provided to it, having a gel, and the negatively charged DNA fragments, they move towards the positively charged end, and the separation of fragments can be appear on the agarose gel under the electric current. The fourth step is southern blotting. The separated DNA fragments are transferred to a nylon membrane or a nitrocellulose filter paper, which is highly purifiable. This can be done by placing paper over the gel and soaking them with filter paper overnight. Next is selection of DNA probe. A known sequence of single-stranded DNA is prepared. It is called as DNA probes. DNA probe is obtained from the fragments or prepared by single-stranded DNA. Preparation method. The probe is labeled with radioactive isotopes. Next step is hybridization. Then that particular radioactively labeled DNA probes, they are added to the nitrocellulose filter paper containing the host DNA. The single-stranded DNA probes, they pair with the complementary base sequence of the host DNA that forms DNA-DNA hybrids on the nitrocellulose filter paper. The remaining single-stranded DNA probe fragments are washed off. And the last step is photography. The nitrocellulose filter paper is photographed on an X-ray film by autoradiography. This film is analyzed to determine the presence of hybrid DNA. Here you can see the stepwise technique of DNA fingerprinting. So first step is the isolation of DNA sample, extraction of DNA. So DNA is extracted. Then it's cut into fragments with the help of restriction enzymes. Then those DNA fragments, they are loaded on the agarose gel, that is called as electrophoresis, and they are allowed to run under the influence of electric currents. So long fragments of DNA, you can see they appear lag behind. The shorter one, they move forward. Depending, the separation of DNA fragments is depending upon their molecular weight. So longer they lags behind, shorter DNA fragments, they move fast. Then the gel is transferred to the membrane. So you can see the gel is transferred to the nitrocellulose filter paper. Then The incubation is done in the fifth step with the label probe. So the single stranded DNA is bind with the single stranded probe. So probe DNA strand hybrids are formed and then they are detected under the X-ray crystallography. So you can see the presence or obtaining DNA fingerprints under the X-ray photograph. So these are what the steps that comes under the technique of DNA fingerprinting. Now what are the applications of DNA fingerprinting? So the first is individuality. Like skin fingerprinting, DNA fingerprinting can help to distinguish one human being from another with exception of monozygotic twins, because number of genes in the monozygotic twins is much similar. Paternity and maternity disputes. DNA fingerprinting can identify the real genetic mother, father and the offsprings. Then next application is human lineage. So DNA from various probables is being studied to find out human lineage. Hereditary diseases. The technique is being used to identify the genes connected with the hereditary diseases. They are inherited through the pedigree. Then forensic science, detection of crime and the legal pursuits. Sociology, to identify racial groups, their origin, historical migration and invasions. So little bit regarding the father of Indian fingerprinting. The man is Dr. Lalji Singh, between 1947 to 2017. So they born in Jaunpur in 1947, and Dr. Singh was an alumnus of Banaras Hindu University. He irreplaceable contributions to the field of DNA fingerprinting and earned him his popular title. He is well known as father of Indian DNA fingerprinting. So, Dr. Singh worked on wildlife conservation, forensic science, molecular basis of sex determination and evolution and migration of human beings. Just now we have seen the applications of DNA fingerprinting. He was also associated with the various scientific and research institutes in different capacities, including being appointed as a fourth director of CCMB, and they have his contributions to the Indian science and technology, and they are awarded by the Padma Shri in 2004. So here students, we have finished with the topic molecular basis of inheritance. Just go through all the points, read them thoroughly. Thank you.